The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, it's your man, Ruben in the house. Of course, always joined by my big cuz, AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
I mean, you know, fat and black, baby. That's what I do every day. That's what I do.
That's what he does. He
what I
does
do.
fat and he does black.
That's right. And I do it better than a whole lot of other people. But they're
Well,
probably
you know what?
people
You
better than
could
me.
be fat and white, sir. That puts you, that
That's a whole
levels you
different
up.
type of person, though.
That levels you up.
Yeah, but not. Is that a
Because you would have privilege then. You'd be fat and privileged. How about that?
I mean, hey, man. There are a whole lot of fat and white dudes that are married out here to some knockouts.
Sir,
So,
but they're
yeah.
not you. They're not you. They're
I
not
understand
you.
that, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little jealous, man.
Well, they shot their shot. They shot their shot.
Well, that
I know you learned your lesson, but they did shoot their shot.
Well, I'm saying that and that whole security thing means something.
I mean,
Apparently.
really security thing.
You know, about women wanting to want security.
But I mean, well, that's very true. That's very true. But what you know what you bring me to a subject that I have been wanting to ask somebody for a long time. I was watching this the show on Prime, which, especially us black people, it's not built for black men, but it's really good, and it's called Harlem. But anyway, one of the characters had a big boyfriend, and then when spring came around, she broke up with him because apparently there are winter boyfriends, and then there are like spring, summer, fall boyfriends. So
Yeah,
big guys
apparently
big guys keep you warm. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
You
I
never
have to
heard
ask
that
my
shit?
wife that. Do I keep her warm?
What'd she say?
What'd you say there? She keeps me warm, but that's a menopausal thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm telling, bro, when she's having a hot flash, I feel sorry for her, but if it's real cold, I'm not mad. She's my Yuletime log.
Oh, God. So many words. There's so many words right now that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot to unpack, but I'm just saying it's a simplistic thing.
I mean.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, are there like winterized boyfriends? Like the big guys.
Yeah, we're good in the winter. They usually break up with us after like Valentine's Day because it starts to warm up. I ain't trying to be all up under you. And I'm just like, bitch, like, what are you talking about? I mean, not me, but I mean,
the double standards are abundant here, man. I'm just saying.
Man.
I'm just
one day, man, we need to bring a young lady to explain this menopausal thing to men properly.
What is there to explain?
I mean, look, man. First of all, let me say this. I'm not trying to like side diss or nothing like that. It's like I've heard a lot about menopause. I've read a lot about menopause. I know women who have gone through menopause, but it's not like you talk about that shit. It's like, how does that affect the man? Like, I think that's important because I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know if you want to talk about menopause and
I don't want to
how
talk
it
about
affects you when your wife is on fire. I don't know if that's going to go very well.
Once again, I don't want to talk about it. I think it's something important that it should be talked about on the show. However, I think it needs to be talked about by someone who is either A, lived through it, or B, a professional. One of the two. And neither one of them belong to me. So, like,
I feel like that if you're going to talk about how a woman's issue is affecting you, I think that you need to have some women that are going to give you permission to speak your mind, because I promise you,
of course,
that is not something that I say, girl, you messing me up because you're menopause. No, I'm trying to stay married here.
No. I completely understand that.
Okay.
And what I'm not trying to do is like, I'm not trying to sneak this. I'm not trying to do any of that. My thing is, you know, right now, especially me being single, and I am, you know, I'm a solid, you know, spry, awesome 51-year-old. Look, man, I don't know if the next young lady I have is gonna be older than me or younger than me. However, I ain't gonna front, man. I want to know how to deal with some of this because I want to be able to help her.
Okay, I can tell that part. I can tell you, and that said that the way you set that up is much less dangerous.
Yeah, I ain't crazy. I mean, act like I'm crazy sometimes, but I'm not crazy.
I think the single biggest thing that you can do, because these are, first of all, you are completely helpless. There is nothing you can do. I promise you, there's nothing you can do that's like meaningful. However,
I mean, not even like stroke her hair or nothing. That's not good.
Bro, she don't want to. Look, man, let me just see. Okay, so this is the time where Ruben's listening.
Ruben is listening.
Because if you lead with "Can't you stroke her hair?" I already know that you're going to be divorced in about a week.
I was asking a question.
No, just be quiet.
I'm information searching. Let's go.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Now, menopause comes around. I would say, well, it depends.
What's up,
from what I understand, the wild card is a hysterectomy. If you have a hysterectomy when you're young, it's liable to come on faster.
Okay.
Usually, you know, around between 45, 50, it's starting to happen. I think the thing that is most talked about is the hot flashes. There can be lower sex drive. Sex can be a little bit more difficult because it's not it's not as lubricated or not lubricated at all. You never know. So it varies from woman to woman. Now, most women are going to have the standard hot flashes. All women don't have sexual libido go down, all those things. But I'm saying to you,
does it increase?
It depends. It depends. I don't know if it's going to increase because of menopause, because menopause gives you problems, but it just depends on who you are. It's not going to respond the same to each woman. Like when my mom went through it, it probably is not like what your mom went through, but they probably had some things in common. And they might be, you know, unlike what Lauren is going through, but they have some things in common. The biggest thing that people do know about is the hot flashes. But before I get into the hot flashes and how it affects men or what you need to do to prepare, is really you need to understand and be supportive of what's going on. Now, the mechanics of it is how to be married 101 anyway, because the mechanics of it says, I don't know what's going on and I know it's probably my fault. So I'm just going to be like, I'm so sorry, and just deal and just be quiet. Shut the fuck up.
But I love you, girl.
Right. That's be supportive. But I love you, girl is a real good answer. It's not really doing her any good. Might irritate her, but after things calm down, she might appreciate it. However, my first, and I'll tell you, this is a true story. My first experience with menopause was with an older woman I work with. Actually, she's at my wedding. Great friends. And she was going through the change a little early. Again, hysterectomy. And we were at work one night, and her job was to break down the wells in the truck bed and the truck cab. I mean, it wasn't put together. It was just all metal. Her job was to break the truck down and make sure the wells were good. So she had an entire shop to do this, obviously. But she had the shop where she actually did the job, and then she had an office within that shop to do paperwork or what have you. And one day, I was in there on a break, and we were talking, and she said, Alton, just sit where you are. Do not move. Don't move. Don't move your head. Don't move anything. She got up and left, went outside into her shop, and I didn't move, but she was gone for like 5 minutes. And she came back in and she said, I appreciate you. I was just having a hot flash. I was like, what? I'm in menopause and I was having a hot flash and I stripped down to my panties and bra. And it didn't help because I was on fire. But it helped a little bit, but it didn't help at all.
It was on fire, but not that fire.
No, she wasn't like on flames, but it's an internal heat from what I understand. It's not like you can get in front of a fan and it, it feels better, but it's still hot. So that was my first experience with it. Then I started to understand why the power bill at my folks' house was so high. Because, because my mom would be in the winter time.
AC.
Yes. Or she just wouldn't turn the heat up enough for it to click in. And it was freaking cold. And I'm like, what in the world, man? How do you live? My dad's be like, menopause, play. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
I can see your dad saying it.
Man.
Play, just keep it moving.
Man. And I'm saying, it's just like, you just have to learn how to roll with the punches, man. Complaining is not the best move. Now, again, it's not like men are unaffected. That's not true. However, we're not the ones on fire. Okay, and you know what I liken it to? Would you complain about your wife having issues when she's pregnant of how it affects you? Would you go to your wife and say, you know how this pregnancy is affecting me? No, you would shut the fuck up. That's what you would do. So, man, I'm telling you. So again, you have basic symptoms of menopause. From what I understand, it lasts between 5 and 10 years. And then it depends on who it is. All women don't experience the same thing, or, there are a few women out there that don't have hot flashes, but they have some other stuff that's very severe. But the bottom line is, I'm telling you, you have, as a dude, you are built to deal with whatever she's got going. And if you don't tap into that, as Moby said, you a whole bitch. So I'm letting you know, this is how you need to prepare. For about 10 years, I mean, well, less for you because you're at that age right now. If you met somebody your own age, she would already be into it. But for about 10 years or so, you're going to have to understand how to deal with something that you can't stop or help. It's all her problem. There's nothing you can do. The biggest thing is to be supportive. Now, I said it, you're completely helpless. That's not exactly true. There are some little things that you can do. And I should have done this a year ago. I was so lazy about it. And I just got it done just like a few days ago. These portable USB charged fans, like handheld fans. I bought her one for the crib, bigger fan, got speeds on it, right? And then I bought her, what's up, Mo? And then I bought her one that is foldable. It just folds up into a little thing about like that big. You can put it in your purse. And if she's having a flash, you can whip that out, get that cool air going until the hot flash passes. That is helpful. Always have her water set up, always have this or that ready to go. So when it happens, she's in the best possible position to succeed in a failure, because you can't stop it. You can't even hope to contain it. It's bad, bro. Like, she can be sitting there minding her own business, and all of a sudden it's like she ran a marathon. I'm like, are you okay? I'm flashing, bro. Just let it, hey, it is what it is. And then she's got the best attitude ever. She doesn't really get mean. She doesn't yell. She might get a little quiet, but it's just like, it's miserable. It's miserable. So, like I said, to talk about it and say how menopause affects men, you need to reframe that. Because it actually does affect men, but I don't think you want to say it quite that way. But those are the biggest things that you need to prepare for, because it's like seeing somebody you love in a temporary hell and being an audience to it and not being able to do jack about it, except watch. And it's like,
preferably without popcorn.
Well, yeah. So I'm just this is what it's like, man. That's what it's like for a dude. And you know, when you're in your house or your apartment or wherever you are, you will have to deal with constant climate change. It's like, you know, it's like global warming inside your crib. Something is super hot, making the climate just act a fool. And that's what it's like. Because one time I had the AC because I like it a little cool anyway. And I like it a little cooler now because I know she's flashing. I had it on 69 one night. I was cold. So I'm sitting there and watch TV. She's next to me asleep. You know, she had a nerve to throw the blankets off. All the way off. I mean, both legs hanging out and fanning.
And you're
glistening in the dark.
Hold on, player.
Man. And that lets you know. And again, like I said, I was cold. I had a sweatshirt and sweatpants on and socks. She had the nerve to throw the blankets all the way off. Fanning. Instant glistening, you know, on the, you know, against the TV light. Just glistening. I'm like instant sweat, man. I'm like, good gravy.
Jeez.
Can't help it. You can't help her. You can't help her. It's just something that she's going to go through. But that's how I believe that you should approach it in a basic way. Understand that number one, there's very little you can do to stop it. If she's had a hysterectomy, it's probably going to last. It's probably going to start sooner, maybe last a little longer. I'm not really sure.
Depends on the flash.
Say what?
You mean if she's having a hot flash?
No, well, the hot flash is starting and during a hot flash. It might.
You say hysterectomy.
Well, the hysterectomy will make the menopause start earlier.
Okay.
It can make it start earlier. But all I'm saying is some of the basic symptoms that most women share is that hot flash. Sometimes it's decreased libido, all the things. Or none of the things, except for one big thing. You just never know. But man, it's serious, man. And it's something that happens to most women. It's gonna happen. So it's like the way it affects you is something else you gotta roll with. That's how it affects you. Because like I said before, would you look at your pregnant wife having a hard time going, do you know how this affects me? No, you would shut the fuck up. That's what you're gonna do. So that's my take on it. Now I don't know how all other men feel about it. I'm not really sure. But in my experience, and I've experienced this through a few women that I've been close to, and you know, we talk about it at work all the time because some of us are at that age. Because I remember my man Paul, he was talking about his wife. His wife got out of bed one morning, burning up, went outside, panties and a shirt. Because she had to put something on because he told me she sleeps nude, but she got up and put something. She put on her panties and a shirt and went outside. And this is the middle of winter when it was like 30 degrees outside. Burning up. So just saying.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, I can honestly say we talk about a lot of things on this show.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we've talked about any type of menopause. But you know what? It's important for men to at least understand what women are going through. Because as AG said, hey man, it ain't really nothing we can do except just be supportive the best we can. Because we can't stop it. We can't hope to contain it. And all we got to do is just, you know, hold her hand or not. Just, you know, just be there and make sure you got a whole bunch of portable fans unless you like it cold in your house. Me, I don't like it that goddamn cold. So, yeah, I guess I'll be wearing sweatshirts all over the place if that would happen to me. So, Blackwood Sister Adams, you know, she's got a friend going through it and keeps a blanket, and she keeps a blanket in her truck for when she go to her house. Baby, I love a cold house, but that's like a marble bathroom floor in heaven. Jesus.
Yes, sir. It's no joke, man. And really, when you know her friends got her house like an ice box, when that hot flash hit, it doesn't matter.
It's like Omarion's icebox where my heart used to be.
Please don't do that again. That was awful. No, don't do that again. Don't do that again.
I just like Moby.
I know. I can see it.
That was worth it.
He on mute laughing at you. That was awful. That was awful. But like I said, man, it's like I said, it's a phenomenon to me. Like I said, if you for the 30 seconds or a minute that a woman is in a hot flash, you could drop her off in the Arctic and it wouldn't bother her at all. Not in the least.
See, shout out to Black Patricia Adams. She is right. Y'all never let Ruben be great. Ever. We always hating on him.
Who the fuck is this y'all? I ain't said shit.
Yo, I saw the head down in shame.
BMA, if Ruben is great, we always say he's great. The rest is up to him. Just saying.
It's an interesting discussion to walk in on, man. I was just eating my apple, minding my business.
Yeah,
this is Ruben. What happened that came up to start with?
No.
Anyway, but it led to that, and then I was like, and Ruben was like, "How does menopause affect a man?" I was like, "Whoa, bruh."
Okay.
Whoa.
Then sensitive person in myself says that that's going to affect me in a way that I'm just going to feel it's going to be ironic, because I'm just going to say, just because she's named Winter doesn't mean she likes it cold. In fact, she's always cold. Like everybody in my house wears sweatshirts and hoodies
like
in the fucking summertime.
Like you have on right now.
Short sleeve, baby. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but she got a hoodie.
It's got a hood on it. Yes, you're right. It's a short sleeve hoodie, Ruby. You're absolutely right. I'm not going to argue that fact. You're right. But what I'm saying is, she has been burning me up most of our relationship because, like, she cold all the time. She's so cold all the time that I have actually got comfortable laying in the bed when I'm hot. Like, that's also that actually I sleep better, which upsets her, because then she goes, "You're sweating, so you're hot." And I'm like, "Yes, but I'm actually got comfortable doing that," because she'll be cold. She'll wrap the blanket up, have the heated blanket on, which she's like, "Well, the heated blanket's not even on you." And it's like she doesn't understand how heat works. If you're under a heated blanket and there's another blanket on top of it, even though I'm not under the heated blanket, I'm still feeling the heated blanket. So then I wake up drenched because I'm soaking wet, sweating. And now I'm coughing because my sinuses are messed up, because at some point in time in the middle of the night, she decided, "Oh, you're hot. Let me turn the fan on you as I take the blanket off of you."
Here, have a summer cold, Moby. From me to you.
So I don't wish that hot flash shit on anyone. I see my mom go through it and everything, but there's going to be a small piece of me that's going to be like I said, when you hot, ain't shit you can do about it. Because I've always felt like people who are cold all the time are just innately selfish.
They're innately selfish.
AJ, hear me out. I got a legit argument for it though. So people who are always cold are always whining about how cold it is, and they like to turn the heat up and do stuff like that. Now the problem with that is, when you are cold, you can remedy that yourself. I can put some more layers on. I can, put thermal on. I grab a blanket. But when you are hot, there ain't shit I can do once I'm hot now. So it's like, if you know you're always cold, dress accordingly. Bring a blanket. I don't even mind that they all walk around with hoodies, because I'm like, hey, at least they're being responsible. Like, hey, I'm going to be cold at some point in the building. I want this hoodie on.
In the summertime?
Ruben, am I lying? Ruben, am I lying?
Don't be bringing me in this shit, man.
I'm just
asking a question though.
I'm talking about the hoodie. You come over here and you see them. Kara be in a hoodie with a leather jacket on, on top of it, it's 95 degrees outside.
A leather jacket, looking like Run DMC.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
nah, he ain't lying.
Like back in the day, I used to love hoodie season. You know, late October
Yeah,
to early March. That's hoodie season. That's like it don't matter what. I can just grab a sweatshirt, a hoodie, put it on, go outside. Life is great. This generation now, it's always hoodie season.
95 outside, hoodie.
Hell yeah. Now we look at them kids. I'm like, what is wrong?
I was at a back to school event today. We got little kids coming out getting book bags and stuff. Motherfucker showed up in a full on sweatshirt, hoodie, the joggers on, and then had on some slides with no socks on. So I'm like, oh, so only your feet. only your feet. You know what I'm saying? Only your feet are hot. You know what I'm saying? Everything else apparently cold. Walking around like, and he wasn't just like out the car, grab something, come back. No, he in a fun house, bouncing around and stuff. Full on, like, I'm like, yo, you are the only person living in December right now.
I mean,
like this kid is from the future. He's from,
He's from the future.
but the future is now apparently because like I've seen your daughters outside 95-degree weather
Man,
with
Kaden
damn
put on a
hoodies
hoodie.
on, and I'm
Kaden
just
put
like,
on a hoodie and sweatpants to go anywhere.
and I looked at him, I was like, aren't y'all hot? They're like, no. Come
My
on,
kids
player.
don't even know what the weather channel or the weather app on their phone is, because what for? We putting the same shit on no matter what.
Do they at least wear a hoodie and shorts though? No,
I mean,
Now some kids do that, and I'm just like, that still makes no sense to me. But hey, whatever. But nah, man, they be full on with it. Just it's always a winter time in here, baby.
but look, man. So here's gonna be my issue, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a couple weeks. That shit's been on my mind. Like,
Hold on, did you have to let us know where your mind was? Because you really just pointed to your head as if we didn't know where your mind.
right here.
See, why
it's-
you-
it's
leave
been
that man-
right
leave
here.
him alone, man.
It's
Leave him
been
alone.
right here. Like,
See, that's how motherfuckers never let me be great, man. That's all right.
I still say that's up to you, Ruben. I'm gonna let it go.
Whatever, man. So, why, as black people, because I'm gonna say it, as black people, at nighttime, we wear the darkest thing we can fucking find in our closet, and we walk around, and then get mad at the car because the car didn't see you.
in our defense, we wear dark colors all the time.
I
So
was gonna
just
say
because,
that.
just because we're doing it at night, like, I mean, we ain't switch it up. That nigga had that shit on at 2:00 in the afternoon too, bro. Like, so
I'm just saying, like, if you, I mean, look, man, I'm not saying that you got to put on a white sweatshirt. I'm not saying you got to put on, I mean, but damn, man, if you're going to be, you know, this far away from the road and you driving and you mad because you look like you're about to walk and we kept going and it won't a crosswalk and you mad because we didn't see you. I mean, what? You're blending in the nighttime, bro. Like, I can't help
first
you.
of all, pedestrian always has the right of way. Second of all, bitch, you see my aura. I don't need to wear
You
bright
know what?
clothes.
You know what? You see my aura. Okay. Okay, that was good. That was good. But in the defense of black people, white people do it too. Usually they're youthful white people. And I don't think that as much as the DMV manual says it, as much as walking and / street safety says to, people not out here buying reflective, material for a hoodie. They're not. So
And I
I'm like,
ain't gonna front. Jaywalking is like the crime I commit the most in life. I mean,
Absolutely.
honestly, because
absolutely.
at some point in time, I feel like I refuse to let the government regulate my ability to cross the goddamn street. I'm 40-something years old. I can look both ways.
You know what? You would not last 5 minutes in a communist country, sir. I'm just letting you know.
Well,
But
that's,
now
why I
I'm
ain't
saying
going
that-
that's why I ain't going to one.
Me neither.
Hey, did you know in Utah it's illegal to jaywalk? And the only way you can not jaywalk. Oh, you can walk across the street. They have these little flags, and you have to wave the flag like this when you're walking across the street, and lets drivers know that there's a pedestrian there. If not, it's like a $250 fine.
First of all, I'm not trying to travel to that country, so
That
I'm
country.
good.
The country of
I'm good.
Utah.
Yeah, there's nothing for me out there. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to go to no Utah Jazz game. We're good.
Salt Lake City, baby.
No thanks. I mean, I will be. I didn't say it was, but I'm not gonna shed any tears in life if I never get to see that great state of Utah. I'm
going
good.
to Arches,
I'm
baby.
good. I'm good, man. I'm just good.
What a Moab, man. Moab's an awesome place. Sorry,
You're right. It's beautiful, but I don't think I want to go to Utah.
Exactly, man. I can look at the pictures.
I've been there.
Them pictures is nice, bro. Like, yeah.
I mean, I've been there, man. I mean, you know, there's nothing better. And this has been almost 20 years ago. There's nothing better than walking down the street in Moab, Utah, walking to the library because internet won't like that back there. To go use the internet and to see drivers literally look at you as you walk down the street, slow down their cars, and just look at you like, the fuck is going on here? Like, not gonna lie, man.
Oh, we've got quite a sight for you kids.
That's right.
This is a Negro. he's not in his normal habitat, but let's see how he interacts with the other species.
And then I went,
hey, is that why Donovan Mitchell is not a Utah Jazz anymore? You think it had anything to do with it?
No,
bro. First of all, hell yeah, that has something to do with it. First of all, you can't convince me that any African American young millionaire thinks Utah. That's where I got to go.
I mean,
that's why there's certain basketball cities where I'm just like, I expect y'all to have a whole bunch of white NBA players and foreigners, because the foreigners don't know no better, and the white people are like, "Hey, we're right at home." Like, there's just certain teams that like it should just be that way. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's low key weird that the Boston Celtics have had so much success in the last 20 years with so many black guys. Because it just seems like, now I'm not saying no black people on the team, because Bill Russell, yeah, but Bill Russell was surrounded by a lot of people that didn't quite look like him.
It was just him and Casey Jones and one other guy.
So it's just weird. Like, and then when I see a team like the Dallas Mavericks, and I'm like, at one point in time, Dallas Mavericks was like trying to take every white person they could. It was just like, hey, if you white, you right. Let's go. Let's go. But there's some basketball towns where I'm just like, hey, if it's a whole bunch of white people up there, like, them's the rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
the rules.
Them's the rules, man. Like, look, if you're gonna have somebody in Utah, either you paying that nigga a grip, that dude does not realize he's black, or you drafted him and he ain't had no fucking choice. He had to show up, and he just biding his time. He's just basically like, I can't wait till this contract run up.
So what about him alone?
Jordan.
I think he falls under category number 2.
What? I forgot what it was. It wasn't.
He's not. I don't think he's quite. I think he thought he was one of them.
He's
okay.
He got a little Bill Bixby in him, like, you know.
You know what? You know what?
I like that. Was a pretty good analogy.
That really was.
But those of you who don't know who Bill Bixby is, he played the Incredible Hulk a long time ago.
You gotta make sure was angry.
You got to make sure that you explain, because some of our listeners may not know who Bill Bixby is.
That's true. He played the first Hulk.
Yeah, he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was Banner all the time, and they were looking at him like, nah, nigga, you big and green. Like, you just don't. I don't know why you don't know it.
Well, you know, that's actually not true, because the line of all lines from that show is, you know, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So he was aware. He was aware.
But the thing is, Karl Malone didn't realize he looked angry all the time. I mean, you 6'8", 275 pounds. Like, to them, you were dangerous.
Yeah, and arm and everything.
Yeah, but you know, after a while, they were just like, you know what, that Hulk ain't that bad. He's okay.
You know what killed the Hawk, man?
Oh, you mean Karl Malone?
Yeah,
I mean,
Karl Malone.
I think it was the time he was having sex with 12-year-old or something like that. That might have
No.
Whoa!
I mean, that
when
helped.
did this happen?
That helped, but the thing that really killed him is when Scottie Pippen was like, "Yo, man, mailman don't run on Sunday."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that game.
That was cold.
Oh
That's
my
a cold blooded
that,
shit.
that,
He
that was
missed
cold.
both free throws. He missed
Yeah,
both
he
free
did.
throws.
That's
Oh
a
my
cold
goodness.
blooded shit, man.
It really was. Mailman
Yeah.
don't run on Sunday and walked away. He was
Yeah.
at the foul line, said that in his ear, and walked away. I was like, you know what? And then he proceeded to clank 2 free throws, could win the game. And after that, they
mean,
went to Utah and finished it.
80%
like,
free throw shooter.
Huh?
He was an 80% free throw shooter.
Absolutely.
Pretty much got told, hey, you ain't that great. Mailman don't run on Sundays. And it was Sunday, and he clanked both of them. That's when he really died. Now, after that, the 12-year-old shit, I mean,
I didn't hear about the 12-year-old.
Oh, man, Jesus Christ. It all came out pretty much after he retired. And yeah.
Didn't he get her pregnant or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
She was actually 12?
Yeah.
Or was she just young?
Was she 12 or 14? I can't remember which one.
It doesn't really matter.
It was not legal, AJ. That's what we'll say.
Y'all will say, nah, she was 17.
She was not of age. That's
Okay.
She was not of consenting age.
Yeah, no.
I guess a fine wife cannot keep you at home. Okay.
He was married?
Yeah. She's beautiful. She was beautiful.
Never knew.
Hands, I mean,
AJ, it sounds like she was too old for him.
You know what? That's cold. See, that was cold. That was you ain't right for that.
No Diddy.
KB Yakko was like,
no Diddy. You know what?
KB Yakko, fifth number 2, he be driving them 18-wheelers. I mean,
oh yeah, the 18-wheeler. He owned a trucking company,
girls.
but
I mean, whatever.
He owned a trucking company, but the one he drove, nice. I mean, it was Smokey and the Bandit, nice.
Yeah, I mean, but that one truck he drove wasn't old enough, so.
You know what? Why? Why? Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right.
I mean, he won't right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I mean, maybe she had her learner's permit. He was just,
you know what?
He was just supervising. I'm sorry, man.
This is gonna go on all night. This is gonna go on all
I'm
night.
sorry. There's nothing funny about it. We're making jokes. There's nothing funny about that shit actually happening. But
it did happen.
The shit did happen.
Now, did this happen before or after he tried to push up on Kobe's wife?
He probably got caught after.
Okay, because he was playing for he went to the Lakers after that for a couple of years, and he tried to. And everything was cool until Vanessa told Kobe that Karl Malone tried to push up on her.
Well, yeah, he didn't realize how old she was, and he thought.
You know,
I was thinking that too.
Come on, man. Low hanging fruit, bro. Really?
This shit's all day, baby. Shit's all
I
day.
know it is. He deserved it. He deserved it.
KB Yakko.
Not like us.
Must be about Malone too.
You know what?
I mean, he did make a reference in the song about the pass on the body. I'm John Stockton. Pick and roll, baby. Pick and roll.
Yeah, he did that too.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. He just rolled on the wrong one. But, oh my God. So, today. So, we're going to start with AG on this one.
Okay.
What is or was a memorable summer moment that you have?
Actually, the start of the relationship that with my now wife. That happened in June of 2013. June, I think it was, June 12th, 2013. Absolutely. Because she friended me 2 years prior on Facebook. And I was like, dang, girl, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. You know, because I hadn't seen her on Facebook. I wasn't really like Facebook savvy, but I know I hadn't seen her on Facebook. She kind of like was inconspicuously missing. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, I think we had like one exchange and then she disappeared for a couple of years. So the next time, 2 years later, she got in touch with me. So, are you going to the reunion? And the class reunion we're supposed to have. I said, no, I don't want to see none of the people. I mean, they're all right, but you know, whatever. And so I hadn't planned on going. And she's like, well, if you're not going, I'm not going. I said, okay. So,
Why don't y'all have your own reunion?
wow, that was awful. Anyway, so
Fair question.
It's a fair question, and I'm getting to that part. So I found out she was administration. So I said, I know, big deal when the school year is over. And so I congratulated her on a good year, I presumed, and all that. And she texted me, she messaged me right back. And so we had a small conversation. And then like later that night, we had a long conversation. That conversation led to everything I have now. And so that was in the summer. So right around June, I have it on my calendar, right around June every year. I mark that as the second anniversary. So that is the moment, because I've had some heartbreaking summers in my life. They're no fun because number one, I'm heartbroken. Number two, I don't like it to be hot no way. It just makes it miserable coming and going. So this relationship cleaned all that up. So that is my moment in the summertime.
Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mo B.
Well, I'm old, man, so I feel like summer memories. No, I feel like adult summer memories are weird in that capacity, because I can think of like a ton of memorable summer moments as an adult, but picking up my daughter Cadence, who's been gone at camp for a month. I was actually talking to Kira, and Cadence was saying goodbyes to people, and Kira was like, I don't really like doing the whole goodbyes and stuff like that. I'm like, because there were some kids crying because I'm people emotional. Yeah. And I was like, you know what, Kira, I'm not really into the goodbyes and stuff either. Like I remember like after my high school graduation, everybody was all hugging each other and doing all that. And like 2 minutes later, I was out. I was like, all right, y'all can do all that. I just went home. Nobody even knew I had left graduation. I just went home. My family didn't even know I had left. I was like, all right, I'll see y'all back at the crib. Like, but I was telling Kira, I was just like, yo, I heard in a movie before, and I can't remember what movie it was, but he said, I wish somebody would have told me we were having the time of our lives while we were having it. And I was just telling them, I'm like, look, you're at the age right now where like your best memories are going to be made right now. You're a teenager, like it's the summertime. And I'm like, so it's really weird to me that y'all's generation has so poor of interpersonal skills. Like y'all text each other, but y'all don't really do nothing with each other. Y'all don't hang out. And I'm just like, my most memorable summer is like the summer between my sophomore and junior year in high school. It's like the most memorable summer because my cousin had just, E had just moved to Portsmouth. So, that's when I was becoming, I was trying to introduce him to people. And I was like, hey, this is my cousin. And then 2 weeks later, I became E's cousin. And I don't know when that fucking transition happened, but that shit happened quick. I'm going to tell you, man, the nigga with the car back in high school, like the dude with the car quickly becomes a priority for the ladies. Because it was like, at first, it was like, hey, this is my cousin E. And then people started identifying me as like, hey, ain't you E cousin? I'm like, bitch, I introduced you to him 2 weeks ago. You've known me since the 7th grade. What do you mean am I E's cousin?
Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
But no, that summer was so cool because like, I have a younger brother, but I mean, we're different generations. But E was like the closest thing I had to a brother growing up. So, it was, he moved to the city was that because I always saw him in the summer at my grandma's house in Petersburg. Anyway, so now he was in Portsmouth. He was in my home, which was my home for only like 3 weeks, because then it quickly became his home. And I was the nigga visiting the place I had lived in the last 8 years.
Oh snap!
But yeah. So like driving around, actually having somebody to drive me places and hanging out and having that first bit of freedom, because like, we were of the age now we could go do stuff and meet people. I remember the people I was trying to talk to. I remember the people who weren't trying to talk to me. But it was that whole summer was like the first freedom. So it's super memorable because I mean, we did so much dumb shit that we should never talk about out loud. But like that summer was the transition of me becoming me. And I vividly remember it because I went from being shy to and then kind of being resentful. I was in my Mike Jones back then. You ain't want me. Now I'm tall. You all on me. Like that's when I was short and fat, nobody was talking to me. That's what I said. Chicks who had known me forever, all of a sudden I'm East Side kid, and I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? But hey, man, some people got it. Some people got it, and some people got to work for it. So you know what I'm saying. I was the latter. He just had it. But yeah, like I really remember that summer as something like that was right when I'm playing football. So like working out and really starting to get serious about the idea that I could possibly play football in college. So that summer in a nutshell was like the most memorable, like some of the best memories I made, some of the worst memories I made, like all of it in a 2.5 month span. And is crazy and outlandish and miserable sometimes in that 2.5 months was like, if I could go back and do that 2.5 months again, I totally would. I wouldn't want anything to change. I just want to relive it the exact way it happened, good and bad moments. And I feel like, that's a good thing when you reminisce on something and you're like, I wouldn't change it. I just love to experience it again. And it goes back to that quote. I wish somebody would have told me I was having the time of my life when I was having the time of my life.
Cool. Awesome. I guess my memorable moment of the summer, usually at my past job, this is one of the best parts about working with kids and stuff like that is, for the most part, kids come from a genuine place, depending on age and stuff, obviously, but for the most part, they come from a genuine place. And my birthday is in the middle of the summer. So of course, my birthday is at camp. And it seemed like, for 6 summers, it was always, the first was interesting, like they'd all sing happy birthday, like 200. And I think I put it on my Facebook joint one time. I was like, people want a lot of things for their birthday, but to have 200 children sing happy birthday to you, first of all, that shit's dope. And that's, and at that point in time, I was pretty much like I am now. It's like, that's a gift that you can't make it all yet. That's a gift that you live through. And so literally it became a thing where each summer it would be like, okay, my staff would be like, all right, it's my birthday, so what can we do to embarrass him? So of course, it went from doing it at lunchtime, like, because I would roll on property, and I never really talk about my birthday a lot, and it's just like, boom, sometimes I get there, and the first people to see me, happy birthday, awesome, thank you. Then it's at lunch, whatever. In a couple years, it's one of those things. And then we had like a little day camp, and they made me a card, little 5 to 10-year-olds, like colored me a card, and then they all signed it. And like a 5-year-old trying to write their name is already kind of cute. And so you have a card, there's like a whole bunch of stuff. But I would definitely say like, probably the most memorable moment is my last summer there, because this crew, when we go places, like, because for work and stuff, like if I had to take them somewhere or whatever, the rule is when we go places, you got 15 minutes, because I'm in and out, and I'm leaving you straight up, because there's something about getting a bunch of 18 to 27-year-olds together and taking them to like a Walmart or Target. Yeah, they're worse than children. I mean, more than 15 minutes, that place is destroyed. And it's like, look, I'm out here 15 minutes. I'm going to go get what I need, because you on the road. I'm going to go get what I need, and then I'm out. You left. And it didn't matter if we were, near camp or we were on a field trip or whatever. I would leave them, because that's just what it was. I ain't got time, Hence, you know, when I was their age, and they took us places, we did the same shit, so I knew. So like, you know, so what they would do is in public, they would call me dad, and I'm just like, y'all really need to stop calling me dad. That's just, you know, because of course
That's funny though.
it is funny because like it, you know, it all depends. Like where you are, and you have me, a black man, and most of my staff, they were different races, but you know, I had a bunch of white kids with me too. So of course, you know, the white kids calling the black guy dad, it gets attention in certain places.
A little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit. So yeah, it was just like, you know, going out in public with these cats were just like damn near embarrassing enough. So this year for my birthday was on a Friday, and of course, you know, kids sung me whatever. Cool, no big deal. You know, thank you, I love y'all, whatever. After everything was over, we met because it was like we meet, then we separate. It's a weekend, go enjoy your weekend, whatever. Me, I don't know what I was about to do, but it was going to be a whole bunch of nothing. But they got me a gift, and it's right here. I keep it up here because it kind of reminds me about stuff a little bit. So,
World's greatest dad.
so they got me this belt that says World Greatest Dad on it. And I was just like, I mean, how do you not cry a little bit?
That is very touching. I will say that.
Very touching. And stuff like that. So I keep it like I pulled it from above my thing. You know, but the biggest thing is, you know, you have grown ass people, but you know, their thing was like they was like, you know, well, you kept us out of trouble because we easily could have gone on the weekend and got in trouble and all this other stuff. And so, and then some of them, I don't think did have a parent or a father, whatever, or a father figure. So it was kind of cool. Like, yeah, I unfortunately shed some tears on that one because it's like,
I don't say unfortunately, that's cool, man.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, when I got my championship belt on my birthday, it wasn't anything worth crying about. You know what I'm saying? Like
your belt's a little different though.
Yeah, I was a little upset at that belt. I was like, hold on, man, y'all some assholes.
Maybe one day that story get told.
Damn, I don't even know where that belt is.
I mean, that's disrespectful. So
nah, man, I'm pretty sure my wife destroyed it.
I'm pretty sure if you can let her get her hands on it.
I really don't know where that belt is.
You need to find that shit. That shit's expensive. But but nah, man. So yeah, it's just like one of those things, man. We just gotta remember. I feel like we always gotta remember all the good times, regardless of what happens, because like you never know. And it's always cool to give people their flowers while they're alive and stuff like that. So it's good to talk about good shit every now and then. So the next question for the day, we're going back, we're pulling some stuff from the past. We haven't had a My Five in a hot minute. And so this My Five, you know, I was told later that we might have already talked about this. I don't remember talking about it, but
I thought it did feel familiar, but I couldn't remember.
Out of 235 episodes, we probably talk about a lot of shit.
I like that little passive aggressive flex. You know, after 235 episodes, I mean, you know, just what are we gonna do? You know,
yeah.
You know, we've reached syndication at this point in time.
I mean,
like,
we kind of haven't, but okay.
Actually, we have syndication's 100.
But we're already everywhere on episode 1. How's it syndicated?
Well, I'm just saying, like the purpose of what he's talking about.
Okay,
you're the worst. So like,
you're the worst.
Facts.
So once again, we're gonna talk about the top 5 or the My 5. Your 5 foods that you hate or you don't like. You know, because I feel like we might have talked about it, but that's been a minute, and I'm pretty sure some shit has changed. Actually, now that I remember, it has come to my mind because I know there's like 2 things I talked about that I can't fucking stand, and I'm gonna bring those back up again because that hasn't changed and whatnot. So, AG, what you got, man? 5 foods you don't like, bro.
I saw this on Saturday, and I was like, at this point, there are no food. Now, there are foods that I didn't like when I was younger that I love now. But there's only one food in my orbit, at least, that I won't eat, but I need to eat it. We did talk about this because this is what I said. Freaking beets, man.
Yeah,
that's what I said because number 1, they taste awful. They taste like dirt.
That's on my list too.
Number 2, somebody let me eat beets after I told them I thought it was cranberry juice or cranberry in a can.
Was that Karen?
It's cylindrical, and then
Karen?
Like, huh?
Did Karen do that to you?
No, Karen would never do that. That's too mean. She would never do that.
That's true.
So it's like it was, it was cut and it's the same color. It's a pale version of what the color of beets are. And somebody let me eat them beets, man. I was pissed. That was the nasty. It was awful. And that is the only food that I don't like.
Who did that to you, man?
I don't know, but I remember it vividly, but not vividly enough to know who it was. But I remember that day, like, hey, because I always like the cranberry in a can. Especially if you got some gravy and some stuffing and some turkey. Ooh, yeah. So it's like I have that bad association. Plus, it actually tastes like dirt. It really does. I've heard if you roast them, the sweetness will come out. However, they taste like dirt. I'm not even going to pretend. But if you have heart issues or if you have blood pressure issues, they're great. You need to have some.
How the fuck is fire gonna make beets taste sweet?
I don't know. Because I asked the same thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be roasted dirt.
Man, tell that lying ass person, man, miss me with that shit. Don't be trying to hustle me to eat that shit. No, man.
Well, that's what I keep hearing it, man. Roasted beets they taste a lot better than straight up. So anyway, that's the one they're like, because like when I was younger, I never liked onions. My mom loved onions. But when I got older, I think when it was introduced to me on a hamburger, that changed everything. And then people started sauteing it and all. Yeah, man. And then the other one that had changed my mind on was avocado or guac, because it had that consistency, like ew. But I had it presented to me in a way in which it was an ensemble, man. So now I'll just have some guac or whatever. But beets, nah. Now I will drink some beet juice because I'm doing it for a purpose. But man, nah. No. So that's my one, and that equals 5. So
he said suck a dick on them beets.
Absolutely. A bag of them.
Well, I gotta be whole bag, man.
Hey man, I'm going by y'all. Y'all always say you suck a bag of dicks. I'm saying it right now.
Suck a bag of beets.
The problem is we've never established where one might find a bag of dicks and why one would have a bag of dicks.
I have often wondered so.
I don't have one, so you can help me
but
out,
it gets said often. Actually, I think about y'all quite a bit because I hear it a lot. And it's just like, why y'all must be cousins. But anyway, beets is mine. And that equals 5. So
Mom likes some things, man. Shit's so nasty.
Well, I need to get with Aunt Shirley.
So this list feels like it's probably just going to be a whole bunch of motherfuckers talking about the vegetables they don't like.
Oh no. Unless you got a whole bunch of vegetables you don't like.
I mean, probably.
All right, what's up?
Brussels sprouts, nasty.
Do you like broccoli?
Yes.
Same family. I don't understand.
Hey, just because it's the same family don't mean it's the same thing, man.
There's some people in my family I don't like.
Yeah, I was about to say I got some cousins I don't necessarily like. We family.
Exactly.
That's cold.
I'm just saying, just because you're in the same family, don't mean nothing.
That's
It
fair.
really doesn't.
I mean, I don't like squash either. It doesn't
That's
matter
just
what
nasty.
kind. Just my grandma have been trying to trick me into eating squash for years, and it's funny that you said that because I was there Friday and she was eating some squash, and she's been resorting to the same juvenile tricks for like 40 years. And I'm just like, yo, grandma, at some point in time, you just gotta at least try a different approach.
He said juvenile tricks.
Yeah, so listen, she does this every time. Every time she has food that she knows I don't eat. So she was like, I got some squash in there if you want something. Like, I looked at her, I'm like, nah, grandma, I'm good on that squash. And she was like, okay, it's rather tasty though. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? It's rather tasty. Like,
I have her in my head.
and I'm just like, so you think you're gonna convince me now? You gonna try? Like, I'm gonna be like, oh man, well maybe I should try it now. So like, you ain't been making squash the same way my entire fucking life. Like, you know what, grandma, you right. This is some tasty squash. No, I know what your squash tastes like. I don't like squash.
This is a tasty burger.
It's rather tasty.
and it's always bothered me because I'm just like, grandma, you don't talk like that any other time. It's like you go into actress mode, and it's like, when did you become a white actress? Just because you can pass doesn't mean when you start acting you've got to go into the actress mode. Like, come on.
Does she give you the look too?
She turns her head and she like she's dancing or something. I'm like, yo, what? First of all, if the squash is making you do that, you really can keep it. I don't want it.
She got poison in it, son. Got poison in it.
Wait a minute. Yeah, well, something that's gonna make you dance.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good on that. Like, there's nobody's gonna convince me that I'm gonna eat some squash. I just don't do it. Now here's gonna be probably the anomaly. I can't do fried pork chop.
Really?
Interesting.
Wow,
So
man, okay.
I have programmed myself to hate fried pork chop.
Now, when you say, back up a minute, maybe just to make sure, it's just fried pork. It's just fried pork chop. It's not.
I don't eat pork chops. I don't eat pork chops, period. But I have had, like, maybe a couple years ago, maybe some smothered pork chop with gravy on it. So it was grilled and smothered with gravy.
Okay.
And I ate it because I was hungry.
That gravy was hiding that shit.
Yeah, but I don't like just fried pork chop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat pork chop, period. And like, I'm never gonna say, ooh, that pork chop look good. But fried pork chop, never. I just can't do it, man.
Okay.
Like, I will never eat a fried pork chop again. I don't care how bad times are, how hungry I am. I would literally cut off a finger and eat that.
But that sounds like you've had a bad experience.
Here's the thing. It's not about the taste of the pork chop. I programmed myself to hate pork chop because at one point in time in my life, every time my dad would come to town or come do his sporadic visitations,
be a pork chop.
My mom would cook the same fucking meal because this black dude apparently only had one dinner that he liked. And I'm like, the motherfucker probably could still. No, he's got high blood pressure and shit now, so he probably don't eat it. But he probably could eat this shit every day. But she sometimes in the same week would cook 3 or 4 times in a row the same meal: fried pork chop, plain white rice, cooked spinach. To this day, I can't eat cooked spinach. I don't want to eat fried pork chop for any reason. And I didn't start eating white rice again till I was damn near 30. And even then, when I eat rice, I got to do something with it. I got to throw some seasoning salt in. I got to make it look like it's not just white rice.
Oh, shit.
I just can't do it. Like, I hate the idea of fried pork chop so much because I'm just like, I programmed myself to hate it because I'm just like, hold on, I don't see this nigga for a minute. And then you're going to force me to eat the same fucking meal. Like, I felt like when he came in town at dinner time, I was almost being on punishment. Like, hey, I know all those cool dinners you was eating before. I know how much you like that variety and shit. But you know what? That dude's in town. Fried pork chops, plain white rice, cooked spinach. That's it. And I would just after a while, I think by the time I was like 13 or 14, my mom made that shit one time, and I literally just looked at it as like, nah, I'll just go cook something myself. And she
Are
was
you
like,
serious?
"Nah." Yeah, I was like, I'll just go cook something myself. And she was like, what? And my dad looked at me. I was like, man, I'm not doing this. And she was like, why? She was like, well, I'm not cooking anything else. And I was like, well, I'll just leave. And I left. And I went to somebody else's house and I ate over there. I was like, I'm just not doing it no more, man. Like I rebelled. I'm just like, I can't do it, man. I'm not good. And I feel like my mom actually respected it because she was like, okay. But I was just like, I didn't say it in a mean way. I was just like, no, I don't want that. And she was like, well, this is all I'm making. I make myself something. No, we ain't making nothing else. I'll just go somewhere else and eat, man. Like at times, like I was like 14. Yeah, I was like 14. I was like, nah, I'll just go somewhere else to eat, man. And I want, if I was really feeling frog, I'd be like, man, I can go to some chick house and get something to eat. Like, mamas love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because look, mamas love cooking for a fat guy because they know we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I come over there, she makes something. I'm just like, yo, Miss Taylor, I got to tell you, I've had this meal before, but I ain't never had it from you, and that makes it even better. Like, I don't know what you did to this shit, but best meal ever. Best
I
meal
see it.
ever.
You said, no, I'm good. We ain't making nothing else. Okay. Bye.
Yo, man, I was going down that hill, man. If she'd have been like, no, you ain't leaving this house, I'd be like, well, shit, I'm fat. I can survive one night without food.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? I survived one night. I got plenty of reserves, baby. I'm good. Like, and I couldn't think of 5, but I'm gonna throw this one in because I don't like onions, but I don't necessarily consider it a food. Like, it's like somewhat like of a seasoning, and it's weird because I'm just a texture guy. Like onions and mushrooms, I don't mind I don't really like mushrooms, but onions, I don't mind the flavor. I just hate the texture of onions. Like my mom,
because they can be like all sorts of textures.
Doesn't matter. I don't like the crunchy. I don't like the sauteed. I just don't like any of it. Now, my mom would literally cook stuff with sauteed onions on it. And I'd be like, cool. I slide all those onions off and I'd eat it. I'd be like, hey, this tastes great. I just don't. It's something about the texture of onions, man. But I'm a weird texture guy, man. Like I just started eating shredded lettuce, man, just because I didn't like the texture. You give me a big piece of romaine. Yeah, you give me a big piece of romaine lettuce, a big cut chunks of lettuce, fine. Shredded lettuce like McDonald's and stuff, man. Nah, man. I'd be like, nah, man. I would like when Subway started doing the spinach leaves, I'm like, God, y'all did that just for me. Because I could never do the shredded lettuce up there, man.
So you don't like coleslaw then, right?
Nope. I will not eat coleslaw. Can't nobody convince me that their coleslaw is awesome. I'm like, nope. Just a texture thing. I don't like the texture of mushrooms. I don't necessarily like the taste of mushrooms either, but like I can get by on some things, but the texture of mushrooms, nah, man. I'm good.
All right. Cool. All right. So
fuck that fried pork chop though. Fuck that fried pork chop.
I would love to be your brother. I say, hey man, give me yours.
Hey, you can have it, bro. I would like, man, you could hear my stomach growling. I could have not eaten for 2 or 3 days, and I would just be like, man,
Are you serious?
I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm willing to die for this shit.
If you haven't eaten in 2 or 3 days, you would still give it to me.
Bruh, I haven't eaten fried pork chop in almost 20 years.
Wow.
Just won't do it.
I've never cooked it myself.
Neither have I. Yeah. Neither have I.
I don't hate it, but
my grandma made fried pork chop a couple weeks ago, and she had some. She's like, "You want some?" Nah, I just ate all the sides. I'm like, let me get these green beans and get these sweet potatoes. The pork chop is good, man. I'm good on that.
Understood. Respect.
Hey, have you noticed my mom has never offered to cook fried pork chops? Because she always she cook. You've seen her cook a whole bunch of different things, but you ain't never seen it. Now she makes pork chops all the time. But she knows when I'm coming around, you can make that shit if you want. It's gonna sit there. It's just gonna sit there.
Well, that makes sense because I've never heard her cook. I've never seen her cook it. It's because of you, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
She know.
I'm probably say like I don't hate fried pork chops, but if I got choices, and right now in my life I got choices.
I mean, I
So-
believe at one point in time, I probably liked the taste of fried pork. Hell, I honestly believe I still don't necessarily mind the taste of fried pork chop.
It's the memory though.
Yeah, it's the principle of the fried pork
Yeah.
chop. Now I'm like, man, fuck that. I vowed to not eat that shit again.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, look,
You know?
man, I'm dead ass serious. This how intense this goes. If Lord forbid I pass away, and Jesus up there like, hey man, you can get in, but you gotta eat this fried pork chop. Boy, I'm gonna be like, yo, JC, come on, why you doing this to me, man?
You gonna eat
deuces.
that pork chop.
I-
You don't want no parts of
right.
hell.
Hold on. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna be a little salty about it. Like, come on, JC, you know, man.
You
Like,
call
I mean,
JC?
Hey, hey man, ain't nothing in here for free. Come on.
Hey, yeah, Ruben, I'm calling JC. I got my personal relationship with him. He go by JC. You know what I'm saying? He know what time it is.
What's wrong with JC?
Nothing. I just asked. Sorry. Awesome. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, man. Like I don't fuck with beets. Tomatoes, disgusting.
Really? You don't like
Can't
tomatoes?
stand it.
Even
Okay,
on like
hey,
a sandwich or
I
something?
can't stand it in that form. It's got to be. I will eat it in ketchup form. I will not eat it in solid form. I can't.
What
do
about
it.
like salsa? No.
No.
Okay.
see, AG, I'm with Ruben on this, and it sounds weird. Like the salsa. When I dip chips in salsa, I literally dip it in and then like make sure none of the chunks of tomato are up there because it's a texture thing for me.
Yeah.
But how
So
do you even dip a chip without getting?
I don't dip it. I don't dip.
I
in
do.
salsa.
Hold on, because most salsas aren't like just firm tomato. It still has a little bit of like sauce form. So I will get the chip can get that soggy tomato on it, sauce on it, and I will pull it out. I just don't want the chunks of tomato. I just don't like chunks of tomato. It's a
So
texture
you'll
thing.
like the pureed part of it, but you don't like the chunks.
Yeah, it's completely a texture thing.
Texture.
Now, would you
Yep.
eat tomato slices?
No.
No. Okay.
No. And like if I go to a pizza place, I specifically ask if there are tomato chunks in their pizza sauce because I
Wow.
won't eat it. I won't. The shit's nasty to me.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
see,
mess
I don't
with that.
say nasty. I just I understand that I'm a texture matters to me, man.
No, it
Like,
absolutely does.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
absolutely does. Because I feel
Yeah.
like that's why a lot of people don't like liver. So I get it.
Yeah,
Liver's just nasty. It just tastes nasty.
Well, everything fried is not nasty, but it is nasty. Don't get me wrong. You're
No,
right.
to me,
It's just
it's
like when
nasty.
you fry it
Yeah.
up with some onions. I just feel like because it took me a while to kind of acquire the taste. My mom liked it, so we had it all the time. But
my
I
mom's
will.
liver I can eat, and that's one of those things which, like I said, she smothered it in onions. I
Yep.
would slide them onions off,
She
and
had that- she had that shit.
I can do the liver.
She hiding that shit. I
But
mean,
see, the
that's-
thing with me was the onions hid the taste and the texture of the liver. So if you put it all together for me, I'm like, okay, I'm good with it.
the problem is liver's too dry, and then
Who was cooking
when-
it?
I
I
about to say
mean,
my mom. I
yeah,
don't know
but that
what she did
aftertaste too.
because I won't eat nobody else's liver. But if my mom made some liver and I'm hungry, I
Yeah.
do it.
I don't fuck
It damn sure ain't gonna be a top 10 choice though. Like I'm
No, not at all.
I'm gonna go down the list. You got to have something else in this motherfucker. But
Like
let's
liver
see.
mashed potatoes with the onions on it. Yeah, I'll eat that. I'll eat that.
I eat everything. I'll eat the mashed potatoes. That's about it.
I don't know, man, if you cut that liver up and you dip it in the mashed potatoes, eat it, man.
No.
That's not be kind of hidden though, man.
No.
You ain't said nothing but a word, player. You took me back to a good place.
And based on that liver bullshit, bruh, pig's feet, hogs, mogs, fucking chitlins. No,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
no,
I can't. I
Have
should
you
have
ever
put that on my
have you
list.
ever tasted it?
I can't bring myself to eat it.
That's me too. The smell part, like my grandma
Yeah.
and my mom will
The
make it,
chitlins?
and I'm just like that smell in the house. I'm just like, this could be the most amazing dish ever, but as long as that smell exists, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then the fact that I know what it is,
Yeah, yeah.
like, and that know what it is thing is weird because there's a lot of things that I know what it is, and
Intestines, bro.
and
That's
it don't
nasty.
stop me from eating it. But that's one of
Everybody's
the
like
things
that.
where I draw the line. I'm just like, nah, man.
Because I'll say that about liver, then I'll eat chicken. I mean, people say things about liver because liver is actually terrible, but you know, people do it. Like I think that the weirdest thing that I really like to eat that's commonplace is gizzards. So
Not anymore.
chicken gizzards,
for
man,
me.
love them.
Yeah. Not for me anymore. I mean,
Not my
the
thing.
chewy,
Especially when they
the
deep
chewy thing
fry
is different. The chewy is different, but nah, man, I can't fuck with that shit anymore. It's just The problem is for me, I learned too much about food. But yeah, man,
Then why the fuck you still eat oysters then, my boy?
some of it's different. It's just different.
Well,
I
he's
know
not-
that's some nasty.
like I said, everybody's got their thing, and I'm telling you, he's right about the oysters. With a lot
I'm
of
just
people
saying you said
it's
it's because I
nasty
know
as
too
shit.
much, bro.
But they good.
An oyster's job in life is
to
to
clean up
filter
the bullshit.
water.
Yep.
Well,
But
then I
it's-
got to question people who eat catfish. I love.
Yeah, I don't fuck with catfish, man. I
but
don't
it's a
fuck with that no more.
scavenger.
Okay, AG, I'm gonna push back on that catfish thing a little bit.
How so?
Just a little bit. Because yes, a catfish is a scavenger. It eats pretty much anything it can eat.
Right.
I acknowledge that. But its job in life is it to just filter shit out of water. That's that's literally what an oyster's existence is. It's that motherfucking oyster. One little oyster filters 50 gallons of water a day.
Shit,
That
Yes.
dirty ass ocean water that motherfuckers done dumped everything in.
especially
that
raw.
That oyster
Mm.
basically says, I got you, bruh. I'm gonna suck all this stuff up. And then you take it out the shell raw, cold, and you slurp
Yep.
that shit up.
It's fucking great.
Nah, man. Nah, AG, that catfish might be a scavenger, but I'm fried. I'm gonna cook it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hope that shit gets rid of all of the nastiness it ate. But this motherfucker here gonna take a cold ass oyster that just got finished sucking the dicks out of oceans
You know what?
and slurp it up.
Was it a whole bag?
But I think they boil the oyster first, man. You don't just pull it.
No.
You don't pull it out.
Oysters on a half shell are just a raw oyster. You take a
Raw
knife and
oyster.
Yeah, but they're dead. Like
I realize they're dead, but I'm
I
saying
mean, that's what I'm saying.
So if you saw me cut open a raw catfish and eat it, and I go, but it's dead, you'd be like, that's cool, right?
So with catfish,
Catfish sushi.
honestly, with catfish, it's a taste. I mean, as a kid, I had no choices, but because I have choices now I don't like the taste of it. I just don't.
Hey, look,
Okay.
I'm not saying you got to. I'm just
And-
saying, like, when you make this statement, I know too much. That's why I can't eat certain foods.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta push back. Like, nah, man, you're just being selective. That's
Nah,
it.
man.
You're a
But-
slave to your taste buds. So
but
you
here's
just
the
like the way
thing.
them oysters taste, and that's okay.
But
It's
here's the thing,
okay.
man. But here's the thing, right? You know, you're right. I know a lot about shit, but motherfuckers, including my mom, I love her to death. She out here eating these pig feet, bro. I can't do that.
Hey, look, man, don't do that. Like, hey, the Bible says if you're guilty of one sin, you're guilty of them all. So
Exactly.
don't go trying to like
Glass houses.
compare. You know what I'm saying? Don't go
Oh,
try,
baby houses, glass
try
all
to
day.
make don't go try to make somebody else's food
Nah.
quirks weirder than yours. I'm not even hating on you for the oysters. I'm just simply saying, don't try to use that bullshit excuse. Just be like, yo, I like the way it tastes. I fucks with the oysters.
I will say this. I used to be like you, Moby. Oysters are a quiet taste. You know, I ate them cooked, and then I ate them raw, and I was like, "Yeah, this shit's."
I've eaten an oyster before, so I'm not coming from a place of being like, "Hey, I ain't never tried."
No, I didn't say.
I ate an oyster and I decided I didn't like it, and then I figured out what a fucking oyster was, and I was like, "Oh shit." I'm glad my taste buds rejected this, because then I would have had to rationalize with myself every time I was slurping that shit out of a shell. Like I'd have been like, yo, there's some places where man just shouldn't be slurping. And this is one of them.
Yeah. But
I got nothing, man, because I see people do it, and I'm just like, I mean, more power to you, but it's just not for me. I haven't even tried to do it. I'm not going to either.
It's like the people who eat escargot. I'm like, yo, bro, you know what that is, right? Like,
no, I don't eat fish.
And if
Bro,
you're
it
a
is,
texture
right?
guy, if you're a texture
you
guy,
cool
like
with
you
that, though.
are, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do it again. It wasn't a bad taste, but if you're a texture guy, you want nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Nah.
Yeah,
'Cause I was in a French
I've
class.
seen the texture of escargot. I'm just like, never.
I look at it, all those little balls. No, not in my mouth.
Well,
So,
I was in a French
Hey,
class.
bro, you gotta say pause, man.
restaurant.
You gotta say pause to that. All them balls, not in my. Yeah, you gotta say pause after
Oh,
that.
God.
All
No,
them
I never even
balls, not in
think
my
about
mouth.
You know
this
what?
ball shit, man. It's easy to stop with this ball shit. It's so stupid. It's just
You're
like,
right. It's just as stupid as no homo,
yeah,
no Diddy.
yeah.
No Diddy.
And of course, I think The other two, everybody knows that I hate these motherfuckers, man. And ever since I was old enough to make my own choices, fuck F-U-C-K capital. Potted meat and Vienna sausage.
My
Fuck
mom did that stuff.
all of that. And you can throw Spam in that shit too.
I mean,
That
Spam
shit's
is
Awesome, man.
nasty.
Spam
Oh, I
is
love
pretty much
Spam.
potted meat, man. That's
That's just
Okay.
nasty.
they just have a name
Love
for it.
Spam. Love Spam. I can
Hey.
eat Spam. If it wouldn't kill me, I would eat it every day.
Man, fuck that shit.
So
No.
here's the thing. It's funny because I had an interesting conversation in the hospital about like some of the foods we used to eat when we were younger, or AKA when we just ain't had the money to fucking negotiate this. So Vienna sausage was one of those things because I vividly remember a time in my life where I loved Vienna sausage. My mom was like, yo, you wanted to eat Vienna sausage when you were a little kid
Yep.
all the time. I don't know where the switch occurred, but I do know now if you said, hey, eat this Vienna sausage, I'm going to say, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, look, look, I know if you look at my financial statements right now, I'm a poor individual, but I ain't that fucking broke no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, shut the fuck up. I got a little bit more money than that now. Like, I'm just no, man.
Okay, well, hold up. The question is, you gonna eat the pork chop or you gonna eat the Vienna sausage? Which one?
I'm dying.
Those are your choices. Those are your choices. What are you gonna eat?
I'm dying.
I'm dying.
You gonna die?
Yeah, I'm dying, man.
You're not gonna come on. You can't choose one.
First of all, I think if I ate the Vienna sausage, I would throw up. So that would put me in a worse place than I was before I ate the food, because now I wouldn't have anything in my stomach anymore. The pork chop I probably could taste, but then I would hate myself for it. So I might end up dying anyway. So yeah, reasonably speaking, death feels like the right answer.
You gonna die. Oh man.
So I mean,
Oh,
clearly-
Kamiako got it, man. Vienna
Yeah.
sausages and
So-
Ritz crackers and easy cheese. He ain't wrong. Greatness. He is
so
not
first
wrong.
of all,
He and my mom are kindred spirits.
yeah, they are.
Yes,
Shrimp and
shrimps are
bugs.
bugs.
Yep,
But
I eat the shit out of them.
However, I'm gonna put a little caveat on it. I'm not disputing what it is, but I'm just simply saying I cooked the motherfucker though.
Yeah, that motherfucker
Yeah.
good.
I'm cooking everything. My primary problem with oysters and people who eat the raw oysters is like you're eating raw filtration systems.
It's like this, yeah, it's natural sewage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm eating. Vienna sausage, Ritz crackers, easy cheese. Yeah, that's just
Yeah, I said to the man in the house, I was like, "Hey man, you remember hashing eggs?" And he's like, "Bro, I fuck some hashing eggs up right now." I said,
Oh, man.
"Not me, sir. No."
You don't do the corned beef hash, bro.
And here's the time, AG. I know once upon a time
yeah,
I'd have been
ate
with
that
it.
shit.
I'd have been with it,
Yeah,
but
what
like
happened?
I don't know when the switch occurred, man. Like I don't know if I've just become a bougie eater. Like I just got to the point where I'm just like, hey look, I ain't got to eat no broke meals no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, you ain't got to eat no broke meals no more.
What he said. What he said.
but
the-
here's the thing. I still like I went on a big hiatus away from like ramen noodles. Like I didn't do
love
that for
ramen.
like 12, 14 years. Like from like 19 to like 30, I didn't touch noodles. I just couldn't do it because broke college me and just broke people like that was, throw some noodles up there, a packet full of nothing but flavored salt, and you're good. But then I went on, I just couldn't do it. And now, like the other day, I actually bought some chicken flavored ramen noodles, cut some chicken up and put it in. I was like, this is good. And I was just like, all right, maybe I'm getting, you know what? I checked my bank account. I was like, maybe I'm broke again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Maybe I'm broke again.
I mean, and I am. I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, I am. But like maybe my taste buds are getting broke again. But then there's certain things that like the hash and eggs, the Vienna sausage. I never was really about that Spam. Although my man convinced me, he was like, hey man, if somebody cooked that Spam, didn't tell you it was Spam, and put it in something,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
you
eat
think you was just eating ham. And I'm just like, I want to
Nah.
say you're wrong.
You can't because
But
it's
I
true.
don't necessarily. I ain't ate Spam in so long. I don't even remember what Spam tastes like. I do remember the smell, and the smell was hamish.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Hamish.
But if you're not paying attention, that hamish is going to turn into ham.
Once again, that's why I said I couldn't necessarily argue against them. I'm like, hey, you might have me on that one,
See,
but
and
the Vienna sausage, nah,
Absolutely.
I
That
know
didn't
what
even
that
taste
is.
like a hot dog. I don't know how my mom did it.
I
So-
don't know how I did it because I look at it now and I'm
because
just
you
like,
didn't have choices. That's how you did it.
no.
See,
Here's
that's
the thing,
what I
Ruben,
want-
I didn't have choices, but I liked it. Like I requested that shit when
Yeah.
I was younger.
Yeah.
Because you ate the shit all the goddamn time.
That doesn't mean you gotta like it.
No, my mom said I would actually offer you hot dogs, and you'd be like, I'd rather have Vienna sausage. And I'm
Well,
just
see-
like, first of all, mom, you're irresponsible as fuck. Because if your kid tells you I'd rather have Vienna sausage, you are a failure. Like you gotta remedy this. You gotta tighten this ship up, man.
They're
Like
your taste buds. How did she become responsible for your taste buds?
she's the parent. Parents are
Wow.
always responsible for the
Wow.
kid's taste buds. I'm just
He's
saying,
not wrong.
your
He's not
kid can't
wrong.
like something that don't ever taste.
He's not wrong.
I think
So-
she just liked the fact that was the cheapest thing ever. You just
I-
cost
I-
her less.
You're right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if my daughter's like, hey, we really want some Vienna sauce instead of hot dogs, I'm gonna be like, no.
No.
And the conversation's over. No.
But you just said your bank account said you were broke.
Once again,
Ain't that
I ain't trying to have them experience that. No, Mo did that. So hopefully you won't have to go through that.
So
Now
let me-
my thing is y'all, you're saying you're equating this to a bank account. My mom was established
Yeah,
eating
she
like
was.
she was broke. Still.
Because that was what was put in her.
It had to be because some of the stuff she ate, I'm like, why are you eating this? I mean, you live in a like 7,000 square foot house. What are you doing? But that was her thing.
That's
Didn't
how you
matter.
get paid.
It didn't matter.
My grandma and my mom do the same thing too. Like they eat stuff, and I'm just like, hey, maybe y'all just spoiled me too much. But like I just realized that once I got older, I was like, hey, we ain't gotta live like this no more. Like I ain't saying we gotta, splurge on shit, but like
We ain't gotta live like this no
we
more.
ain't gotta do this no more, man.
We can get some chicken.
And look, I'm not even knocking nobody that does have to live like that, but it's like, hey man, you going in the store taking up broke people's supplies that you don't even need to take. Like let
Broke
them,
people supplies.
yeah, let the people that truly need that get that. Like don't go try to reminiscing about when you being broke, trying to feel like you keeping yourself grounded. Like I keep it real, I don't forget where I came from. Man, fuck where you came from. You ain't got to still be there. You can remember without going back.
Ladies and
So-
gentlemen, if you came in the middle of this, we are talking about Vienna sausages and spam.
Yeah,
Just
it's
saying.
just nasty.
Just letting you know.
Hold on, motherfucker. Don't forget the pot of meat.
Well, all of it's in the same family. So
It's
yeah,
in the same-
potted meat,
so-
sauce, Vienna sausages.
I
All
got a
that
question
shit
though,
nasty.
Ruben. No, I got a question. Would you eat the canned chicken?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, all day.
Well, now,
Like the ones you get from Costco and BJ's.
Yeah, where the canned chicken that says the all white breast meat canned
Oh
chicken.
yeah, stuff's
Where they
awesome.
where they basically just put chicken water and salt in there.
Yes.
You know that's the preservation process. Like,
yeah. I mean, I eat that. Yes.
all
but-
day.
okay,
So-
once again, just like you said with the Brussels, same family.
Yeah, same
family.
truth.
Nah, fuck family. So here's the thing.
Nah.
This is
Same
1,000 different
family.
family. Come
Nah,
on,
you,
man.
you just like that cousin. That's all that is.
Nope, nope.
That's the cool uncle with the Cadillac. That's all that is.
Well,
like
and
he,
you're right, but that also won't the broke people meal. They didn't get that. Because you can get 3 cans of Vienna sausage potted meat for 1 can of that chicken. What do you think's
Actually,
lasting long?
I think you can get 4 Vienna sausage cans.
Exactly right. $4. Stop
That,
playing.
that canned chicken is not cheap, sir.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like,
even the dark meat one that says added rib meat in there, like we don't read that shit. Like I know
Yeah, I
this ain't
saw that.
all chicken. I know this ain't all chicken, but it'll do. It'll do.
I mean, sure. So here's the thing. As a kid, I had no choices. You eat what's in the house, and when you're 9, you can make that shit yourself. You ain't gonna cook nothing. All you gotta do is do the can. Hopefully, you don't cut yourself. After you cut yourself 2 or 3 times, you realize what not the fuck to do. So you get that, and you just eat that shit, man. But as you get older, you realize, man, These shit tastes a lot like hot dogs. Wait the fuck. This shit is made the same way fucking hot dogs. Change my life. I don't fuck with a hot dog. I don't fuck with a Vienna sausage. And then that potted meat shit. Yeah, that shit went by the wayside. Oh, that shit's so nasty.
I mean, I feel you though, Ruben, but I kind of gotta push back a little bit.
You can't put back all the goddamn
Man, an all beef hot dog on the grill with the nice black skin on one side.
Awesome.
Hey, bro, like
Eat 'em all day long.
I know I got to do better, but sometimes I'll be like, I can do better tomorrow.
You better yes, he's right about that.
So, like,
And it's
yeah,
not
man.
something I do every day, but like when I cook out on the grill, because I know Kara loves hot dogs, so sometimes I use that as my excuse. Shit, I might as well. I'm making hot dogs anyway. I might as well grab me some hot dogs, because right at the end, you done cooked everything else. Your grill's still hot. Put that shit up there for about 6-7 minutes when it's real hot still. Get that black skin on one side. You gotta have that black skin. If your hot dog still don't have that black skin and you pulled it off the grill, I don't know who the fuck put you in charge of the grill, but your grill privileges should be revoked indefinitely. Indefinitely.
If you don't put some char on it, you're an animal. I'm just
Hey, look, I get it if you don't want the whole thing to be charred. Once again, I'm cool with the whole thing charred as long as it ain't hard. That skin is cool.
Right.
That's the flavor, baby. Like, but if you ain't got at least a strip of char on that shit, if it ain't charred a little bit, nah, man, hey, that shit ain't done yet, bro. Put that back in.
Man.
Hey, Moco Cowboy. My hot dog identifies as dark skin.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
my hot dog don't only need to identify it. Everybody else better be able to identify that hot dog as dark skin too without it telling them.
so let's go back to the hot dog thing for a little bit. Like the all meat, probably once a year, I will get one all beef hot dog, like because somebody else made it. And you know what? I might just feel about that one day. But like, do I go buy them shits? Hell no. Fuck that shit.
Like I said, I'm with you on that, man. Like
Yeah.
if I was single and I wasn't cooking for other people and stuff, I probably would never think to get a hot dog. But when I'm cooking out on the grill, I know she likes them. It's also a quick thing. It's like a cookout staple. I'm just like, hey, grab a pack of hot dogs, throw that shit on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna eat them hot dogs. That's the one thing. Somebody gonna eat them hot dogs. Like there's certain foods that like nobody identifies it as their favorite, but everybody acknowledges that shit'll get you by. Like the McChicken sandwich from McDonald's. Like nobody thinks I want a chicken sandwich, and the first thing you think about is a McChicken sandwich. Nobody.
I love them shit. And they changed them too. They're so much better now.
Hold on. Ruben, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying when you first think chicken sandwich, McChicken ain't the first thought to come to your head.
No, never.
But you know what a McChicken sandwich is for in single people terms? The McChicken sandwich is that chick you can call 2 a.m. on a Friday night when everything has passed you by, and you know that chicken sandwich gonna come through.
Yep.
Gonna get the job done, and ain't nobody necessarily gonna judge you for it the next day. Like
put you down.
Like if somebody's hungry and you like, hey man, I got this McChicken sandwich. Don't nobody be like, man, fuck that McChicken. Everybody gonna be like, all right.
Especially when it was $1.
Hell, man, yo,
99 cents, bro.
I survived in college off them McChicken sandwiches, man.
Go to McDonald's with $20 and you eat like a king.
Ooh, yeah. Man. First of all, we gotta fuck inflation everywhere else, but we really need to get rid of inflation at these fast food restaurants, man. And
they don't need to. They know you coming back.
I mean, I get that, but this generation of young adult will never know how good it is to find $3 in your jeans and know, bro, oh shit, I can go eat. Like and not like just get like one thing, like yo, I can get a chicken sandwich, a small fry, and a 4-piece nugget. As long as I find like 2 quarters with this $3, I'm in there.
Man, the dollar menu, greatest shit ever created.
Bro, these kids will never know the joy of having 3 fat niggas in a Jetta with you going to Wendy's at almost 2 in the morning when they were staying open till 2 in the morning,
I get 25 burgers.
apologizing to the motherfucker who you about to order to first. Be like, I'm so sorry, but can we get 18 junior bacon cheeseburgers and 12 nuggets?
12 nuggets.
12
Well, order
nuggets.
nuggets.
How many
12
fries y'all
five-piece
get? How many
nuggets.
fries y'all get?
And 4, you know, that's packs on the pounds, man. You gotta be responsible, AG. We only got 4 fries.
Really, you
like,
got 18. Really?
hey,
Protein,
yo,
baby, protein.
and that fucking person be like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "I said I was sorry before I ordered. Like, I don't feel like I should have to apologize to you again. I said I was sorry when we pulled up."
Well, for that order, you need to be sorry again. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. But I understand.
Yeah.
Now, I would say, don't some McDonald's still stay open late, depending on where it is?
Oh,
Yeah.
some of the restaurants still stay open late, but I'm just saying they don't understand. They don't understand how Wendy's and Taco Hell, like late at night, with just a couple of dollars, you could go there and just
Get a meal.
completely clean your colon. You could
And
just
get-
be like, "Hey, I'm
Don't forget the cup of water.
yeah, can I get that colon cleansing meal, chalupa, and you know, with a side of toilet paper that I'm gonna need in a few hours." You know,
I don't know, man. Having $10 and getting 10 tacos, there's nothing that can beat that for me.
bruh.
They had to start making them in little packs. They were like that big. It's man, lovely.
Sundays at $1.25.
Wow.
Crunch tacos $1.25, man.
I don't
I used
think I
to
can
fuck
make
with that.
I don't think I make myself do it again. But look, there's a point in time in my life where I was just like, "Hey, this is happiness.
It is.
I'm saying this is joy."
As far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Like I said, Wendy's, man, Wendy's $1. Man, junior bacon cheeseburger
Yes,
for
sir.
$1, baby. Like,
Yes,
come
sir.
on, man.
And Wendy's had the best meat.
Bro,
it was real.
Wendy's nuggets. Hey, man.
White
Real
meat, baby.
chicken.
Hey,
Real
that's the real nugget right there.
Absolutely.
Them nugget. Once them nuggets came out, that was the real MVP.
The
The
first
Nuggies.
time I had Wendy's nuggets, I was like, "Where has this been all my life?" Because everybody has McDonald's.
Man, I wanted to go to a McDonald's and slap the shit out of somebody and just be like, "You fraudulent motherfuckers. You have been doing this to me my whole life, and this was possible? This
Yeah.
was possible."
Absolutely, yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah.
All
Didn't
right,
make my jaws hurt because the meat wasn't real and it wasn't. Yeah, Wendy's got it going on with the nuggets, man. They really
Now McDonald's sweet and sour sauce is way better. McDonald's sweet and sour sauce.
no, man. Wendy's got like real nuggets though. I could whatever.
Here's the thing. I go to McDonald's, get my kids some nuggets, and ask for the extra sweet and sour sauce. We keep that shit in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever do feel like getting saucy with some Wendy's, I can go get them Wendy's nuggets, dip it in that McDonald's sweet and sour. Hey man, I'm living fat boy paradise right there. Like we in there.
But see, actually, the fast food place caught wise to what you just said, because now you don't have to go to Chick-fil-A to get the sauce. The sauce is in the grocery store now.
Yeah. I don't
So
really fuck with the Chick-fil-A sauce like that. I might be the only
I
person
thought
in
you said you
America.
like, because now like 150 shows ago, you said you like Polynesian, right? Isn't that your favorite?
No. My family likes the Polynesian.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm not
Okay.
with the Polynesian. Now,
Okay.
Wendy's barbecue sauce be hitting though, but I mean anything can hit on those magical nuggets. Like
Man, Wendy's nuggets are so good I can eat them plain. Doesn't matter.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Those are
In
magical.
their, in their $5 biggie bag, you can't touch it, man.
Oh, yeah.
So popular, everybody else had to fall in line. So
Yeah, McDonald's does it now.
I know
with the McChicken.
anytime you can make McDonald's fall in line, you kind of a baller.
But like I said, man, they just don't know how powerful that dollar menu is. Like, yo, the dollar menu for us is the equivalent of what like the penny candy was for the generation before us. Like they just, hey, y'all just don't know what it's like to have a dollar and be a hometown hero.
Man,
Right.
I remember when cheeseburgers and hamburgers were 79 and 89 cents respectively. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I yearn for those.
At McDonald's, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
79, 89. Woo.
Like I said, I just remember Andrew's Groceries in Petersburg walking up to the corner with $1 and coming out and being the hood Nino Brown by the time I got
Right.
back to the stop sign. Cause like
Giving out candy on Thanksgiving.
I had what you needed, bro. They said, see you in the corner. Hey man, you want it? I got it, baby. I had $2 today. You know what I did with that penny candy, bro? Like, boy, we all over the place here, man. I was out there moving product.
Moving product.
That penny candy is 5 cents.
Hell yeah, about that moving
Oh,
product, bro. Like,
man.
hey, look, man, this shit ain't free. You know what I'm saying? I get this shit to you the same way the plug is to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrapper half open, don't matter. You know what it is.
So before we move, excuse me, before we move on, I do want to touch on one thing up here. You know, real talk. I used to fuck with ketchup sandwiches
Ketchup
and syrup
sandwiches?
and syrup sandwiches. I used to
Are you
fuck with
serious?
that.
I'm gonna be
Very-
honest.
That's the thing?
Those are two things I could not get with it. Can't get with it.
I got with that shit. It was great. I'm fat for a reason, and
Wow, I never knew. Okay.
I put ketchup on one side, fold that joint up. Put syrup on one side, fold that joint up.
Okay.
Bruh. Quick meal.
Hey, look, man.
But, like tomato sandwiches are awesome. Whew.
Yeah.
Man, I'm good on
I
that
know.
too, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I know.
Mm. So
Hey, look,
AG,
man,
man,
I'm old school. If your sandwich ain't got some form of protein inside it, you missing the mode. Like it's got to have some form of protein in there.
hey,
Understood.
man, that
I
was
can do an egg sandwich. I mean, hey, it's got some.
Ooh, yes.
form of
Friday
protein there.
sandwich. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I gotta cook that shit, dude.
Now,
That's
now,
fucking
do
shit.
you would you eat fried egg sandwich with bologna though?
Oh,
I've
fuck
done it before.
bologna.
I've done it
Bologna's
before.
nasty. That's in the same shit as the potted meat, man. that shit's
but-
nasty.
I ain't mean to upset you.
Nasty.
I'm just saying, motherfucker. You talked about your ketchup and syrup sandwich, and we didn't say shit to try to besmudge you. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't come at you with that same energy you just came at us about that bologna.
I was
I
just
mean, but
saying
we gotta consider
the
who
bologna-
we're talking to, man.
I was saying
Come
the
on.
bologna.
You already know what's gonna happen.
The bologna falls in the same category as the potted meat and shit. That
Hey,
shit's
look,
nasty.
man, and
All I'm
once
saying
again,
is-
I have regressive taste buds because when I was a kid, all I wanted was a bologna and cheese sandwich. Don't give me no ham, don't give me no turkey, don't give me no chicken. I wanted
get no real
bologna and
meat.
cheese. I wanted bologna and cheese every day. And then one day, I just didn't want it anymore. Like, don't fucking give me no bologna. I'm good. And then one day, and I think I turned 30 or I had kids, and I looked at them and I'm just like, hey, I need some bologna in your life. You need. I gotta
You
fry
need
this
some bologna in
yeah,
life.
I gotta fry this up so you can see that bologna rise up in the middle. You
Oh,
don't
you
know.
don't cut it on the ends? You don't cut it?
Oh yeah, I do, but I like seeing it rise first and then I cut it. You know what I'm saying? I just
Okay.
that it gives me a feel of home, man. It
Now,
just-
now, let me ask you this: did you like your bologna with a little char too, like your hot dogs?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Get that
And-
black
and-
grease up in
and
there and,
see,
on that
and
egg
first
and
of
that
all-
cheese. Woo.
And people, you're not really getting bologna if you getting that bologna that ain't got that red strip around it that you got to
Absolutely.
pull off.
Oh,
If you got
man.
the bologna that ain't got that red strip, you ain't got bologna. Nigga. I don't know what
you gotta have
got.
that government bologna.
Yeah,
Government
you got
bologna
you
first.
got that thick ass. And here's the thing. I don't really want bologna, but every blue moon,
Yeah,
I'd be like, you know what? Bologna sandwich might say. And the bowling alley got a fried bologna burger, and I've thought about fucking with it before, but then I'm just like, nah, man. These old black people make me feel like if I eat that, I feel like if I eat that fried bologna burger in there, them old people will look at me as if I stole from them. Like, hold on, nigga, you ain't graduated to this yet, young blood. Like I see what you're trying to do, young blood, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, but you over 40. Why can't you have a?
you're right, but they don't look at me as that, man. When you're in a place with a whole bunch of 60 and 70-year-old dudes, I'm the youngin. So
I hear that, but you gotta. I mean, at some point, man.
yeah, at some point in time, I'm gonna be bold enough to do it. I'm just gonna be like, hey, yeah, I did that shit. What you gonna do, Eddie? What you gonna do, Eddie?
Wow. Wow. Really? We quoting that now? Wait a minute, Kebiako 25. Ruben is dying inside right now.
Hardcore. It's just
Yeah.
nasty. Without question. He is not wrong. I'm holding everything. I'm holding my throw up back so hard.
I was gonna say, are you puking in your mouth right
Oh
now?
my god. No, I won't let it get that far. That's just nasty.
I ain't
man.
gonna lie. That's kind of how I felt about that idea of a ketchup and syrup sandwich that you described.
No, it's two separate sandwiches. It's a
No, but
ketchup
that's not how
sandwich.
you described. You said put ketchup
No.
on it, fold
Yeah,
it
you
up,
fold it
and
up,
put
yep.
syrup on the other side of. That's what
No,
that's what you
on another
said.
piece. I said on another
Okay,
piece of bread.
because I was about to say, yo,
man,
like
that's
I done
nasty.
heard of one or the other, but when you
Nah.
tried to combine it,
Nah,
I was
hell
sitting
nah.
there, I was judging you, but I just wasn't gonna say it out loud.
I was
Nah.
judging you.
Oh, and you won't gonna say it out loud. When does that stop you from saying it out
I'm
loud?
just saying because once again, I didn't want to like guilt you about your palate. You know what I'm saying? That's your taste buds. I
You've
ain't
already
about to
done
shame
that
you.
today.
When?
The damn oysters.
I didn't judge
Nah,
you
he
about
didn't
your
know.
taste.
He
I
did
judged
not.
you about your logic about why you did it. I said I don't care if
Still
you like
judging.
it. Just say that. I said just say I like the taste of it. Don't try to give an illogical argument and think it's logical because it's not.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm still dying now. That shit's nasty. But AG, what's on your mind?
Simple. I'm riding with Kamala Harris, and I have put on wax how I feel about her. But I don't care because I ain't voting for Trump. I ain't voting for anybody over there. And the other thing too, I want to give her a little bit of credit. Since she's gotten the endorsement, she looks like she was behind the scenes while no one was paying attention, and she was grinding. She's a lot better than she was 4 years ago. So, but anyway, I'm rolling with Miss Harris, Vice President Harris, Howard graduated Harris. I'm rolling with that because I'm not going to vote for somebody that's going to put a noose around my neck. Literally. Not going to do it. So that's what's on my mind.
Thanks, sir. Moby, what's on your mind?
Not that. I mean,
You said not that.
not that. I'm just like I said, man. I'm probably vote for almost anybody Democratic that's not Trump. I'm pretty solid about that. Like the Democratic Party would have a hard time putting anyone out there that I wouldn't vote for over Trump. Just mainly because I don't want all the people who are pushing Trump out here to get what they want, which is ultimate power to do whatever they want and basically fuck all minorities and people who don't have money. Because that's really what the whole platform is about. But what's on my mind is similar. And I'm going to bring back a nickname that I've said, and I don't care. If Kamala picks Sweet Pete Booty,
Wait a minute, say that again.
if Kamala picks Sweet Pete Booty as her vice presidential candidate,
then
then I think we're just asking for too much. Now, for anybody who's never listened to the show and you just heard me say Sweet Pete Booty, and now you're probably thinking, oh, this homophobic dude. Absolutely not. What happened is, I'll go back to it. What happened is when Sweet Pete Booty was originally coming hard into politics and coming hard into politics, and he was running his campaign for presidential nomination. I listened to him talk, and I was just like, man, I really like this guy. Like, I really like what he talks about. I really like what he stands for. I like the platform that he was putting out there. I could not pronounce his last name, Buttigieg. I could not pronounce it. And I was like, hey, man, Pete and Sweet have been a synonymous nickname for Pete's for generations. There's so many people who are Sweet Pete. And I simply called him Sweet Pete Booty because I couldn't pronounce Buttigieg. It was later where I found out he was actually gay. Then I was like, damn, now I can't call him Sweet Pete Booty without people thinking I'm being homophobic. But then I thought about it. Man, I know I'm not homophobic, and I know why I called him Sweet Pete Booty. And one day, if I ever meet Pete Buttigieg, I will tell him the story. Hey, man, I've been calling you Sweet Pete Booty. Let me tell you why. Has nothing to do with your homosexuality. Could care less, man. Don't bother me in the slightest. Buttigieg? How the fuck was I supposed to pronounce that name not knowing? I didn't know. So you were Sweet Pete Booty. And once I found out you were gay, I won't coming back. I'm not going backwards. I'm going to stand firm on this hill. And I'm like, I support you, Sweet Pete Booty. Not because you're gay. Not against you because you're gay. Because I actually like what you stand for. But
no pun intended.
No pun intended. But if Kamala picks him, which here's the thing, I think platform wise and what like things he talks about, like I really, really kind of ride with what he talks about. But if we're gonna sit here and act like to a lot of people having a woman, a black woman, and a gay man on the ballot, is it going to deter people just because of their own ignorance? Then we are just giving our people too much credit. We're just doing too much. Like, It sucks. I wish it wasn't like that. But the truth of the matter is, man, I don't think as a country we're that liberal yet. Now, are we closer than we were before? Absolutely. Like, because he got elected to his office, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's got, but to put it together, to put it together, like, just, I don't know. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Like, because if she picked him and I would gladly be wrong and be happy as fuck about it if they won. I'd be like, because I'm going to vote for them. If he's I will be happy as fuck to pull that trigger. But maybe I don't have enough confidence in the people. Maybe I'm the problem because I don't have enough confidence in the people to think there ain't enough people that are against black people, that are against women, and against homosexuals. Like, you're just asking for too many people to be down with too many different things. But maybe I'm wrong. People, I would love to be wrong because nothing in the Democratic Party would make me happier than to see anybody beat Trump, first of all, and to give me 4 years of being able to say Sweet Pete Booty, shame free. Like, cause I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. He's Sweet Pete Booty, because I'm not saying Buttigieg, and Sweet Pete just sounds like it works. It just sounds like it belongs. And look, if you're honest with yourself and you hear me say Sweet Pete Booty, just say it in your head and don't lie to yourself and say that shit don't sound funny as fuck. Like, it sounds funny and cool kind of at the same time. Sweet Pete Booty. Like, fuck all y'all. I don't care about your judgment. Sweet Pete Booty and Kamala 2024. That's what's on my mind.
If you got hate in your heart, let it out.
Ain't no hate. It's all
not
love,
you,
man.
not you, man.
All
not
love,
you,
man.
Not you. I'm talking about you. Wow, man, that's awesome. What's on my mind, yo, man? Sometimes you gotta do some shit that you don't normally do. Today, I'm cutting grass out in the front yard. Cars driving by. Shit, motherfucker stops working. Okay, it flipped the breaker. Cool. Go to the back, fix the breaker, start it up, cuts off. I proceeded to do this 5 times, moved it around to a couple places in the house. I decided this motherfucker's done for the day, at least, until I can figure out what's going on. Then I sit in my house. I'm just like, I got this big pack of grass that looks weird, and you know, people can say what they want, but they judge people's yards. And yeah, man, a non fully cut yard, you get judged. And even though my neighbors ain't cut their shit in like 8 months, you know, it looks like a goddamn garden out there of weeds. It's whatever. My shit's getting judged. So I decided to put the big brain on. Doop. Oh shit. I pulled out the weed whacker, changed it to the metal blade, went out there and finished cutting the grass. Now the shit looks like the rest of it. Hey man.
Did you then put on your khaki shorts and tuck your t-shirt in first with your Air Monarchs or your New Balances on before you did it? Because I feel like you should have done that, and you should have just been, you should have looked at it and been like, I gotta put my uniform on. Time to get some shit done, man.
Nah, man, because I still had the uniform. I was cutting grass in. Because I was really pissed that the lawnmower stopped working. I like to the point where I'm just like, man, fuck these electrical lawnmowers, man. With a cord, I'm about to go back to gas.
That was old man ingenuity and determination to get the job done, man. That is Air Monarch and cargo shorts with a t-shirt tucked in worthy, Ruben. Like you should have did it.
Thank you.
I know you got them cargo shorts. I know you got them Air Monarchs or them New Balances, and I know you got a t-shirt you could have tucked in. So the fact that you didn't do it means you're ashamed of who the fuck you are. And I just want you to know that's messed up, man. Like some of us are hoping and aspiring to get to where you are, and for you to spit on the face of all the niggas who got shit done before you and not put the uniform on, you are a disgrace, sir. You, sir, are a disgrace. You probably had your shirt untucked. You probably didn't have your socks pulled all the way up to your knees. You probably had some regular fucking shoes on out there. You fucking sorry sack of shit. You are shame, sir. I hit you with shame.
So first of all, I can't wear my Air Monarchs that I have, and I can't wear my New Balance that I have because I'm still fucking recovering from my feet, and which means there are only 2 pairs of shoes that I can wear because they're diabetic shoes. Number one. Number
apologize.
2.
No, I apologize because that right there is an acceptable response about the shoes.
I'm
That's
getting the rest of
acceptable.
it.
And I apologize. I didn't mean to come at you so hard like that, pause. But yeah, you had a valid reason for that, and I, sir, I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize.
No problem. Number 2, I'd already have a pair of pants on. I'm not going to put on some goddamn khakis to waste another pair of pants. It's not happening.
No, I won't
don't
allow
give a
that
damn.
part.
Fuck
I'm
you.
cool.
I
The
don't
shoe,
care.
the shoe excuse for your feet, fine. That nope.
Because here's the thing. If I don't have the shoes, there's no point for anything else. I don't care if you blank your shit out.
Nope.
Whatever.
Nope. I'm out. Nope.
Hey.
I don't want you to see this face of disappointment. That's it.
I don't give a damn
Look,
about this boy, man.
AG shaking his head. He knows. He's like, yo, this is
AG's like, you
this
stupid.
is a shameful act.
Actually, what I really wanted to say is a little bit of pushback on what Mo said, because we've been trying to get him the Air Monarchs trophy for a minute, and he won't accept it.
But AG, I ain't did no shit like that. You ain't heard no
No,
story.
you
of it.
are a homeowner like him. You do the same things.
Yeah.
First of all, AG, I don't even cut my own yard no more, man. I don't even cut my own yard no more, man. So like, AG, I have not done any badge of like this power washer down here. I just put it together. I ain't even use it. I was off a whole week, didn't even use it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do some worthy shit, I will have no problem putting it on.
You know what? That's not true. When you do something worthy, you know what you're gonna do? Not say nothing. That's what you're gonna do.
Oh no. When I power wash this fence and shit, no, I'm gonna let y'all know. And I might have to. I don't think I can fuck with the Air Monarchs, but I could do the New Balances. I ain't gonna front. I could probably do them New Balances.
I got a pair for you because I can't wear the bitches no more. So
I gotta get my own, man. I gotta get my own, man.
Well, whatever. I'm just letting you know. But yes.
Okay.
Really, Moco Cowboy? This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing, Moco Cowboy. Hell yeah, I put my hands on my hips. Man, fuck that. I was proud of shit. And I wish somebody would take pictures and be like, why does he use his weed whack cut the grass? Bitch, this ain't none of your damn business.
Nah. I told you before. I told you before earlier. If somebody would have saw you out there who's in the know, ain't nobody gonna be mad at you for it. They're gonna be like, that's motherfucker getting shit done. That's all, because at the end of the day, all people care about is getting shit done. Because I would have personally assumed either you didn't have a lawnmower, or maybe your lawnmower ran out of gas, and instead of going all the way to the store to get it just to finish a patch, you were just like, fuck it, I can take care of this right here. Or I'd assumed, hey, maybe his yard is too wet, and a lot of times you can go over it with the weed whacker to get that top layer off, and then go over it with. See, I do know about the tricks. I do know about some of the tricks. So I wouldn't have looked at you shamefully for having a weed whacker out there. I'd be like, hey, that's a motherfucker getting it. Now I would have saw your uniform and be like, I don't know, man. Like, does he not know what he's doing? Like, does he know he's working out of uniform right now? Like,
Out of uniform.
If it makes you feel any better, I did have the long socks on.
it actually does a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
And then long browns.
Oh, okay. You in there? Never mind.
You tip the tattoo. It's funny.
So yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta get shit done, regardless of what it takes, and fuck everybody else because you gotta get that shit done. So all I'm saying is, don't let shit stop you. Get that shit done, regardless of what it takes. And with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to this episode of 5 Minute Warning. We appreciate you, as I always appreciate Mo B and AG for being on the show. Hey man, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Tell a friend, just tell somebody about us. 9 p.m. to when we fucking get done. That's just what it is. You know, hey, it'll be out on the podcast later on. Please like, subscribe, so when we get a new episode out, you get the message. Hey, we appreciate everybody listening to us, whether you listen to us live or you listen to us on a podcast. We do appreciate you and thank you. And next week, it is a summer tradition. It is back, y'all. We will have Marcus J and Jay Grizzy in the house. It's gonna be funny. Lord knows it's gonna be funny. The question is, will we actually get to say anything? Because motherfuckers be laughing too hard. So, with that being said, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. Definitely come back. Check us out next week. Hey, man. That's what we're here for, to let you know. And as we always do, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of